So tell me a little bit about kind of how you started and then where you see the opportunity now, because as we start talking about at the beginning of this,
Yeah.
AI visibility may not be a category. It's just kind of a standard infrastructure as we move forward.
Yeah, I absolutely think that a pure play AI visibility platform will not be the type of tools we're talking about. And I don't know the time horizon. Is this 6 months, this 12 months? I think you have to understand AI visibility. I think you need to optimize for it. But that dovetails into the use cases as a marketer that you actually need to perform, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
a big piece of that is content, right? One of the core ways to go combat traditional SEO and improve GEO visibility is through developing great content. Like Parsnip is not a content company, right? There are some really great AI visibility tools that, in my mind, these are content companies, right? There will be, when I think of Parsnip, we have the AI visibility tool that does exactly what brands need. You figure out how you index today, you go through, you figure out how you rank against competitors, and then you spit out recommendations on how to get started. That's cool. I think the core competency, though, is for us is agentic commerce. So figuring out if we have this really long customer journey where you have to build content, you have to update parts of website schema and product feeds, and you're going to be able to advertise across AI. You will have software tools that help, I think, and have competencies in each of those. For us, it's figuring out, if you understand your visibility, how do you integrate that with the ability to sell on the surface? So that, and we're e-commerce folks, historically, that's our background. We built kind of software at the intersection of social media marketing and e-commerce for the last decade. So in many ways it's the same, just the usage that we're helping marketers respond to is not people on social media, it's people using large language models.
Yeah. And what you started talking about, where I keyed in on it specifically, and I haven't done a podcast since the new Google core release, which content, AI generated content, a bunch of directory sites got taken down. There are things that you need to do when you're generating content, and tools like Parsnip help you make sure you're checking all the boxes. Like, make sure if you are using AI to help generate the content, there are fundamentals and things that you need to be doing to make sure that you don't get taken down, and usually attaching it to a human. There's kind of EAT that you need to focus on: expertise, authority, trust, experience. I mean, Google came out and I thought they waved the light flag and said, hey, if it's useful content, it's fine. I feel like AI generated content was pretty targeted in this last update. But there's things that you can do to mitigate it. There's things that you need to be thinking about, and it's constantly evolving, to your point, Andrew. And the consulting and strategy piece, I think, is big, of what people are looking for, and in tools providing that knowledge to say, what do I need to be focused on? What do I need to be learning at? Because I'm not going to be the expert in this. I'm trying to do my job and all this other stuff. And so I think these kind of tools are really, really helpful to give you almost like a checklist, or synthesize it down or abstract it out, so that you kind of have a direction of like, these are the buoys that I need to start to hit or go in that direction.
But it's because most folks, we nerd out and talk about these things all day, but most folks go, okay, I understand this. I understand people are using ChatGPT every day and having conversations I care about for my business, but they don't know where to start. So when I think of what Parsnip looks like today, it makes it as easy as possible to understand where you stand and how you get started. What are the 30 things you should start? I don't think that's the full picture. And so I think we're going to see the evolution really fast. Like, we made the decision not to go deep down the content route. I think there will be great content companies that support GEO and AI visibility. And I'm also these are my words. This wasn't part of the Google announcement, but like, why AI content was targeted. I don't think it was targeted because AI can't help build great, useful content. I think the problem was some of the early GEO strategies are kind of like when we used to put clear text on websites for keywords in old school search. You'd have your website and then you'd have your keyword 30 times in clear font. So that, Google picked, I think that there was a little bit of, we're going to use AI to generate derivative content, answer the same thing 50 different ways that was not useful. So like,
it's
that's
spam
kind of
filter. It's just a spam filter. It's like, it's not genuinely useful content. It's
AI
just a
Slop
trap.
engine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, so I was talking to somebody and I used the term AI slop, and they actually got offended. It was like a big, like, and then like, I'm like, this is the word of the year for like, what dictionary was it? Was it Webster or something? That AI slop was the word of the year.
Oh, where they do word of the year. Yes.
Yeah. And
yeah,
it was AI slop. I was like, sorry. Like, I didn't think that this was offensive, but you got to be careful. AI slop. So
it's about usefulness. And to your
yes.
point, like AI stuff, by the way, there's great AI content out there. There's also really horrible AI content out there. And so I think using the right tool to solve the right problem. Like, AI will be the answer in a lot of those contexts, but it doesn't mean that you flood the system. It's also not the way the internet can work. If agents are having conversations with themselves proactively on behalf of the shopper to infinity, like, nobody wins ultimately. Like, that's a bad format.